3, 2.
My next guest has made his fair share of headlines, but most of them in the sports pages. He's a college lacrosse star turned venture capitalist who's now making news as one of 2 independent candidates for governor. Jeff McCormick is a graduate of Syracuse University and a Boston resident. He founded Saturn Venture Capital Partners in 1994. And welcome to you, Jeff McCormick.
Emily, thank you for having me here.
So just on the news today, I was wondering what your take was on this compromise with the casino, that they're going to take another vote in Revere over the Suffolk Downs property. Do you think that's a fair shake?
Well, I think the casinos, frankly, aren't the answer by and large. I think there are a lot of other things we ought to be doing in the Commonwealth, and I certainly think if we're going to have a casino, it should be a resort casino. But I do think that they've played some games in what people thought the ground rules were going forward. I absolutely think, though, that communities have to vote in what's going on in their backyard.
So do you think there's a legitimate legal challenge maybe to do this?
Yes, I do.
Now, there was a study that came out in Harvard a couple days ago, and governors always want to create jobs. That's their mission, and we're going to create jobs and manufacturing jobs. But this study says, you know, people just can't afford to live here. They can't afford the rents. People are spending more than a quarter of their incomes, by and large. Over 50% of people here are spending more than a quarter of their salaries. What do you do about that?
Well, growth is basically what I've done for the last 25 years. We take small companies and grow them, Emily. And you need the housing stock. There's no question about it that people can't afford. You have to attract people to our gateway cities. Don't forget, there's a lot of places with a wonderful quality of life that if we can make the investments and encourage companies to locate there, companies are built around great people. And once you do that in a community, you can really grow an area so that we start to spread it around the Commonwealth more.
Tell me about your position as an independent. I mean, one of the issues has always been that an independent would have a tough time working with the legislature on Beacon Hill, you know, because it's hard to push an agenda through. Especially, it's hard if you're a Republican for sure, but if you're a Democrat, at least you got the Democratic, the majority of the body is with you. How do you do that as an independent?
You know, think of the last 8 years where we've had a Democratic legislature and governor, and yet there's been little change or not enough change, and certainly there's still a lot of opportunity there. Angus King, who was elected governor of Maine twice as an independent, unknown businessman from Maine, said it's actually better to govern as an independent as well because you're much less threatening. This isn't about giving power to the other party, which it would be with a Republican governor. It's about someone coming in who has the skill set to look at the facts and identify solutions and get people to rally around them. The legislature, I believe, they want to make change. They want this Commonwealth to be better than it is. They want changes in health care. They want changes in education. They want to fix some of the transportation issues. And it requires a skill set versus a party.
What is your skill set? And what's the first thing that you would tackle? What do you see as the biggest looming issue for the governor?
Well, without a doubt, health care and education are huge issues that need to be changed in many ways. And I've developed solutions within the private sector to do some of that. Obviously, if you have the advantage of being within the government, then you can put all of that on steroids and take it to the next level. But we've also done it in energy. You know, we can cut the energy cost throughout the Commonwealth in many areas. And that's very important for small businesses because that makes a difference whether or not they're getting a contract or not, whether they're going to be able to manufacture something and send it out internationally and compete internationally. So there's a number of areas.
All right, Jeff McCormick, we look forward to getting to know you better and have you back on a couple more times.
Well, thank you so much.
Many times as the year progresses.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, that is it for Greater Boston. Join us tomorrow night. I'll sit down with incoming Lawrence Mayor Daniel Rivera, fresh off his win over controversial incumbent William Lantigua. That's tomorrow. I'm Emily Rooney. Thanks for watching.